everybody, it's Nicole Byer here with some hot takes from Wayfair. A cozy corduroy sectional from Wayfair? Yeah, that's a hot take. Go on and add it to your cart and take it. A pink glam nightstand from Wayfair? Scalding hot take. Take it before I do. A mid-century modern cabinet from Wayfair that doubles as a wine bar? Do I have to say it? It's a hot take. Get it at wayfair.com and enjoy that free shipping too.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Welcome to the Local Lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for the June 12th and 13th editions of our newspaper. And this is the Local Lowdown for those of you that have never listened to our podcast, and shame on you if you haven't.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. That's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
But we hope you'll start. I got my partner here with me, Michelle. How you doing, Michelle?
Murray, I'm so happy to have my favorite podcast host back.
Yeah, well, back when you was doing it with Chucky, you were calling him favorite.
No. And this week I'm very mad. Chuck Groff and I are not on speaking terms for the last 2 days. Update in my personal life.
Oh, well, I guess before we get started, do you have an announcement to make about a guest person coming to the podcast?
I do. We're very excited. We've talked about it for months now. And Barbecue from Luling is coming. Oh, that's not the important part. Nicole, our staff writer, Nicole Smith, is coming to join us on the podcast next week. We always talk about the amazing job Nicole does, and I know she had a really fun time this week at the grand opening of the new Buc-ee's, so she'll, I'm sure, tell us a little bit more about that. And Watermelon Thump is coming up in Luling, so she'll have some things to say about that. So it'll be very exciting. So yeah, we're excited to have her come this way.
You bet. We're looking forward to it, Nicole. That'll be that.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. That's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
It'll be great to see you and meet you. And that Watermelon Thump, I was thinking that was this coming weekend.
It's 2 weeks away.
Oh,
so
okay.
Next week you'll see all about information about it and our great advertisers that support that edition of the paper. And then it will be the last week in June.
So the podcast will kind of get a scoop on that, won't
Yeah.
we? Nicole can fill us in, like you said. Well, okay, I guess we're ready to start.
Let's do it.
We'll start with the old Hallettsville Tribune-Herald, which I like to call the flagship of our newspapers. It's where we're pretty much headquartered. So what you got this week, Michelle?
Well, it's a beautiful front page, I must say.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. And it's a great story. I actually picked this story up off of Facebook. You know, if it's not on Facebook, it's not legit, right?
That's right, yeah.
But it was a great read when I first read it. Ryan Targach, of course, a Hallettsville native, played for the Hallettsville Brahmas in his high school career, has went on to his collegiate career at Texas A&M, so Gig'em. I know Murray has a hard time saying it, so I'll just say it, because I don't have a preference to either school. But we're very excited for everything he's done. Earlier in the year, he got the honor of wearing number 12, which is the 12th man, and I think that this story just kind of defines how he is the 12th man.
Yeah, well, even the Longhorn fans know about the 12th man.
Right, and it is a history in the making. So you're going to get a little tidbit on what the 12th man is. There is a story inside, so you can read the history on that. And also read about my friend Ryan. And congrats to Ryan Targach on just being a good guy. And best of luck at the College World Series in Omaha.
You bet.
I'm sure they're there already, but gig them and bring home that title.
That'll be great. We'll be looking forward to that and hope he does well.
And so there's a big scam alert. This appears in all of our newspapers. So in the Shiner Chamber of Commerce, it was brought to their attention through a false business that came across trying to enlist their membership. Now, the reason, some people ask, why would you want to do that? The article shares a little bit more about it, or why that was a step they took. Well, if they got on the Shiner Chamber of Commerce webpage, that means that more people would, of course, see them and think that they're a legitimate company.
Oh, yeah.
So if it is under the fictitious name of Shiner Family Pharmacy, which actually used to be the name of the pharmacy in Shiner, now known as Quality Pharmacy. And so you could hear Clayton talks to the Chamber of Commerce president, Sarah Langhoff. He also talks about Quality Pharmacy and what they've been experiencing with people calling and asking for their prescriptions. And it's an overall just big wake up, I would say, call to when you're ordering something online. It's great, it comes fast, everything's nice. We're in that digital world, but don't let anyone take your money.
No, you've got to be mighty careful, folks. I'll tell you what, I was amazed this morning at the people that pop up on my text messenger. And it's nobody that I know. It's a scam. And that happens all the time. And it makes me wonder, how in the heck do they get that information to get on your text message system? So I don't know. You've got to be careful every single day. If you're like Michelle and I, and you spend a whole lot of time on Facebook and on the internet, and a lot of it is in conjunction with our jobs that we more or less have to, but you have to be mighty careful. So it's good that we've got this warning, and y'all need to really take note of it.
Yeah, and there is a great advertiser, Top Hat Tech. Mr. Brian Langhoff is mentioned in the story, and he took out an ad in all of our papers, which of course we're grateful always for.
You bet.
And he can help you with any of those needs. So look for those ads in all of our papers if you're looking to help secure or have questions on how you could be safer on
Well,
that.
that's good. Yeah, we'll definitely use him if we need him.
Of course, an off-campus lunch. So Hallettsville High School is going to off-campus lunch this year. Big change for them. I'm sure they're excited. We'll have to plan our lunch times around them more.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't want to run into that. There was some Hallettsville men arrested. So go ahead. Jimmy looked up that. It says staff report, but I know Jimmy had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy did a great story on Flag Day, which is coming up June 14th, right?
That's right.
So definitely check that out.
Get your flags out, folks. Be proud.
Right. We have Commissioner's Court that Jimmy covers this week. And there is the 12th man. It is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, so you'll see that Murray and I both cover that in our papers. I'm very proud of Murray for doing that. Mm-hmm. I do want to put a little tidbit out there, okay? So here's the thing. When you advertise in our paper, we accept your advertisement regardless of who you are, what business you stand for, what political stance you take, anything like that. as long as it does not go against our business values
And our guidelines.
and guidelines, we're going to advertise. That never means that we only support that business, or we totally support that business, or we totally support that cause. So you have to take that with a grain of salt always. So
Exactly.
make sure you know that we are proud supporters of the communities in Lavaca County.
True.
And we allow anyone and everyone to come in and have the opportunity to advertise as long as they align with our business
True.
aspect. But that does not mean that Murray and I personally support anyone or personally support any cause, business, anything coming into our communities. And that's the same for a lot of things. But
Yeah.
you have to understand that we all have opinions on things. So
Exactly. We don't.
there's that.
If we the opinions we have, we don't promote them on our podcast, and we don't promote them on our group. And we try to keep the group as non-political as possible. In fact, we do keep it. But no, if you have problems with an ad, or you have problems with even us saying something nice about an ad, because we're definitely going to support the people that support us. It may not be that we necessarily believe all the things that they are advertising, but if they follow the guidelines, we have to respect the ads, and we definitely appreciate the ads because that pays our salary. So Michelle said it well, and that's the way it is.
And so we have Lions Club by Jimmy Apple. And then Henry Joe. Okay, so Henry Joe had an awfully long column. Made me jump it this week. Murray said he would have just cut that right on up. Well, I don't have time to read all that and cut it up. So I don't read Henry Joe's article till after it usually goes in. But, guys, Henry has been with the paper in Hallettsville for 67 years.
Yep.
On June 11th. Now, he did spend 9 months in the Moulton office, so almost an extra year there. So he's almost hitting 68.
Yeah.
But Henry brings a lot of joy and laughter to our office, and we're very glad to have him. And the older he gets, the more responsibilities he's getting. He's growing up every day.
He's a piece of work.
We gotta love
He's
it.
a sweet little fella.
He is. Our new business hours are in there. Please keep them in mind for the summer. We are open at the Hallettsville office Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and closed on Friday. That does not mean we don't receive emails on Friday. So if you need to send your ads in, please still do that because our deadline has not changed, and that is Monday at noon for
Exactly.
ads and content. That's the word. There's some Flag Day proclamations. Hallettsville Little League has a big thank you, and so the 10s and 12s will be starting to play their all-star tournaments this weekend. So to the area communities, I don't think Moulton has one, but Shiner, Hallettsville, and Yoakum all have all-star teams. One of the tournaments will be right here in Hallettsville. That'll be the 10-year-old tournament, and the 12-year-old tournament is in Cuero. So best of luck to
Do
them.
they play the tournament in Hallettsville? Do they play it at the high school field or the regular
I think
field?
it's the Little League field, so the
Okay,
one adjacent to high school.
And we want to thank LMC too for their advertising. Appreciate that.
For sure, and they have a lot of new physicians advertised this week, so check them out and what they're offering here at our local hospital. Michael Posey is a 15-year-old freshman son of Jonathan and Shelley Posey, and also the grandson of Albert and Margaret Posey. And of course, Margaret is our, oh no, I can't think what she is. She's my favorite
We'll
person.
call her a proofreader and a copy
Proofreader.
editor. That's what she is.
She's
And
amazing.
Does
We'll
a
just
great
say that.
job.
But Michael had a great, outstanding freshman year. He made the varsity squad. He earned this title of Newcomer of the Year. And he had a 1.26 ERA, which is pretty
Pretty sweet, isn't
amazing. So congrats to him and best of luck. He does attend Texas A&M or it's not Texas, I guess. It's A&M Consolidated High School in
Right.
College Station.
it? Where did they play that game?
This is just his accolades for the whole year. So.
Okay, but where did Margaret and them go? They
Oh,
went to-
Margaret went to Dallas this week, and I'm not sure if she was watching Michael or she was watching her younger grandson.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about that. We do have some obituaries. Sharon Brewer Benton, born April 22nd, 1949 in Houston. She passed away on May 4th, 2024. Dorothy Louise Ayler, lifelong resident of Howell, passed away Friday, June 4th, 2024 at the age of 95. Dennis L. Howell, 79, passed away peacefully on Tuesday, May 14, 2024 in Kyle. And we have Josephine Zappi Clazel. Funeral service for Josephine Zappi Clazel, age 91 of Schulenburg, were held at 11 a.m. Tuesday, June 11th. And she passed, well, condolences to the family for sure.
You bet. Condolences to you all, friends and family of these folks.
Correct. We have happy birthday and happy anniversaries composed by Henry Joe. Make sure you send those in if you have any. He's happy to get those in for you.
Yeah, he loves them.
There's some livestock validations. This appears in most of our papers, so it's looking towards the next year. We have our classified ads. If you need a job or you need some services, that is your place to go look.
Yeah, check out the classifieds, folks. You might find something in there that you didn't know you needed till you saw it.
And a big thank you to Gonzalez Healthcare as well for their ads.
All right, we're going to move on now. We're going to Michelle's favorite newspaper, the Shiner Gazette. What you got going on in Shiner, Michelle?
Of course, we have Commissioner's Court, the Flag Day Proclamation signing. Shiner Veterans War Memorial gets a new edition. That's by Clayton Kelly. So this rests on the hill of Green-Dixon Park. And I think they added, I haven't read it, but they added Space Force, I think, to it.
Oh yeah, that's our newest branch of the service.
So that's a great addition, and it's a great memorial. It's very beautiful.
That memorial is it. Now I've been over there all the time to these car shows. Where is that located in relation to the car show?
On the hill. So if you're going up the hill,
you'd be going west toward Gonzalez.
You know, I don't know directions, but yes, towards Gonzalez or the football field.
Okay, yeah.
It's up there on that hill.
Yeah, that's west.
Okay, going west. So she did. Also, Shiner runs, of course, about the scammers. Like I said, that was in all of our papers. Hurricane season reminder. And I know that there's something brewing. Jimmy was talking about this morning.
Yeah,
so
there's
we'll see where that goes.
Little low pressure area down toward the border, down around the Rio Grande Valley. And what I read this morning was that they pretty well expected it to stay in that area. But, most people are hoping that it'll drift a little bit this way and give us some much needed rain. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes.
And there was a big drug arrest in the big city of Praha.
Yeah, we got a press release from the Fayette County Sheriff's Office about this, and they had a search warrant for a location in Praha. And after they got there and started executing that warrant, well, they came across this individual, and he had, and I cannot say that word, methamphetamines or something like that. Can you say it?
Methamphetamines.
Methamphetamines, thank you. Yeah, it was kind of a sudden thing. I was actually getting the Molten Eagle ready to go to press, and it kind of took down my front page and put that on it. But we have a picture of that person and of the building and actually of some of the drugs that they found.
So check that out. If you want the picture and all of that, you'll check out the Molten paper for that.
Exactly.
Farmers market. I know there's going to be a new one coming in Luling.
Yeah, that was actually that's something I found from the Texas A&M Agri-Life and shared it. So that's where that came from. But yeah, we have these farmers markets all over the area, and that's a neat place to go and get you some fresh veggies and tomatoes.
But I heard you can't pick out a cantaloupe.
No, I can't. I don't know. I have a hard time, and we're kind of getting off topic here, but
never.
I have a hard time selecting a sweet watermelon and a sweet cantaloupe.
So if y'all have any tips.
Well, yeah, I got one tip from a friend of mine over in Gonzales, and she was talking about you look for that big yellow spot that you see on watermelons, and then thump it, and if it sounds hollow, she said that works for her. But she's a young lady, she probably hears a whole lot better than I am.
So it didn't work for you.
Now, I probably couldn't hear the thump,
Oh.
But I did pick up a cantaloupe over at Henry Joe's other job, Hofer's Drive-In, and I picked it up a couple of days ago, and it was pretty good.
Good job, Murray.
Pretty good. But that's that for me.
That.
But you're right, I have a hard time picking them.
It happens. Juneteenth is coming up. It'll be next Wednesday, of course, on the 19th. So we'll have more information regarding where the celebration comes from and the history next week. But there is some celebrations that will be occurring before our next paper release. There's one in Hallettsville. There's going to be a parade, which is on the 19th. And then Shiner also has a celebration, which is actually this Saturday. So definitely enjoy those. Good food.
That's a very, very historic occasion of how the slaves got the news that they were officially no longer slaves in this country, which was a great thing. And they got the word when the commanding officers from the Union Army landed in Galveston, and he had a proclamation that they were indeed officially free, and now we have a federal holiday out of it. And Jimmy's writing something up on that for the Hallettsville paper, and I'll have something separate for the Moulton paper. So look forward to it, friends. You'll find out a lot of history maybe that you didn't know about how Juneteenth came about. All right.
All right. So we have some obituaries. And we have World War II vet Lottie Ripple, who passed away on D-Day, which was June 6, 2024. So a very fitting day for Mr. Ripple. I'm sure he would have enjoyed that little tidbit of history.
Yeah,
I didn't know him, but I feel that, he obviously spent his life serving the country and felt good about that. So
does that obituary say anything about his service? If he was...
let's see.
If he was, we'll look into it a little deeper. We don't normally do this, but on veterans, we like to kind of see what they've done, and sometimes it's in the obituaries, and sometimes it isn't. But
it is said that he told the story of how he and the other single soldiers had to stay on for over a year after the war so that men with families could go home first. He thought of staying in the Philippines because of how seasick he got on the trip over, but had to see his mama again, and thankfully he did. He returned to the States and attended the University of Texas, Austin for 2 years, where he studied to become a pharmacist.
All right, well, he wouldn't have been at D-Day because he was in the Pacific fighting the Japanese, evidently. But thank you, sir, for your service.
Oh, and it did say he was drafted into the Army in December of 1942 and served the length of the war fighting in the Pacific Campaign as a radio operator.
All right.
So I know that he has passed, but we appreciate Mr. Ripple's service and his family's support of that, and we offer them our condolences.
Exactly.
Robert James Hyman passed away peacefully on June 4th, 2024 at his home in East Bernard. And Waljean H. Hoffman, 87 of Shiner, passed away peacefully also on June the 4th. So condolences to family and friends.
You bet.
And there's a Bernadette Cresta who's showing off her wildlife quilt. Quilting can just really be beautiful, you know.
What's the Walters Museum got going on? Is it just talking about what they have to offer, or do they have a special occasion?
It will join museums nationwide in the Blue Start Museums Initiative, a program that provides free admission to currently serving U.S. military personnel and their families this summer.
Well, that's great. That is great. All right.
There's some dinosaurs going on at Weimar, if your kiddos love dinosaurs.
Were you a big dinosaur fan when you was a kid?
I wasn't, but I got more recently. My daughter really was, so I got into it a little bit.
Well, Henry Joe Yashik and I, we were around with the dinosaurs when they really existed.
He's lying. Liar.
All right. What else we got?
Ooh, we got a birth. Congratulations to Lottie and Alexa Patek for their daughter's arrival for Penelope Louise Patek.
Congratulations.
We got some sports. Look who made the paper. Chuck will be so happy.
You know, that's unusual for her to be in there.
It is very unusual. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then secret.
What did Chuck say? Nepotism going on there?
Yes, he's insane. He's lost his mind.
Yeah, well, we're going to make a little trip now over to the Yoakum Herald-Times and see what they've got going on. What you got, Michelle?
There's a runoff election that begins Saturday. So Clayton gives you all the information on that. And also, there's certificates presented.
Construction updates, huh?
So I guess this was maybe is the Yoakum ISD. Do you think it's the school board meeting? Probably. Sorry, we haven't read all this. Remember that. They have a National Flag Day proclamation as well. The flag is a super important symbol, guys. And there's so much about the flag. We should have done that. Did you do that in your article?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't even do an article, did you? There's garbage pickup will be closed. So we just discussed this at our meeting this morning. So your paper may be a little bit later next week because Juneteenth, which is the day we receive the papers, means that it is a federal holiday now.
Yes, it is.
And so federal offices, we are not federal. We will be open.
We'll be wide
We'll
open.
be celebrating though, but we will be open. But the post office, that is our source to get the paper out, will be closed. So if you normally pick up your paper at our office or any location like Hofer's or off newsstands, they will be there on Wednesday. If you're looking for the mail, it may be a little bit later this week.
Right. Yeah, I don't know exactly when Juneteenth was made a federal holiday. It hasn't been very long ago, I don't believe.
You should know
In fact,
that.
Biden might have done that. I'm not sure. But anyway, it is a federal holiday, and you know the post office is going to be closed on that day, for sure.
For sure.
And a thing, too, going on in Yoakum was the big Tom Tom Festival.
That's right.
Did you make it over there or not?
I did, just for the parade, though.
You probably wasn't looking at any floats or anything like
No.
that. Oh, that's good.
Not anyone in particular, for sure.
All right.
Yoakum Little League All-Stars, they're recognizing them, so check them out. That girl right there looks really tough. Should scare me. She's probably hitting some home runs. Now y'all all want to go look at the picture, right?
You betcha.
There are Tom Tom Awards, barbecue cook-off winners, all of that. Make sure you check that out.
I got a little something to say about this Tom Tom Festival.
All right.
In the last podcast where we were together, not last week, week before, I made a remark about the little misters that were the kids that were trying for Little Mister. And I made a comment about one of them, about how I liked his hat.
Yeah.
He wound up winning. The Yoakum Tom Tom Little Mister is Kason Garcia. And Kason had a black cowboy hat on, and I said, good looking hat, son, I really like it. And danged if he didn't win.
So you're telling me next year you'll be a judge at my Miss Shiner pageant?
No, I'm not. I'm not too good at judging.
Well, it looks like you judged that one,
Well,
right?
he's a boy. I can judge the boys, but I have a hard time.
Okay, but Chuck Groff said he's judged.
Well,
So if he can judge.
I have judged photo contests, a bunch of them, and that included young ladies. And I don't have a problem with that because I look at the picture itself and the technical aspects and how great the photographer was with their composition and so forth at judging boys. And when they're wearing them cowboy hats, oh, Lord.
They're winners. So next year, we don't have any boys trying out this year in Shiner. But next year, if you're a boy and you're trying out for the Shiner pageant, know that Murray Montgomery may be on that judging panel and wear your cowboy.
Wear your cowboy hat for sure.
More winners.
Scrolling through the pages of the Yoakum newspaper.
Ooh, roaches and yellow jackets.
You love them bugs, don't you?
I don't know about these bugs.
Well, we're moving on over now to my little section, which is the Molten Eagle. And as we were talking earlier, our front page is of the drug bust, and we have a picture of the location and the person that was arrested. and some of the drugs that they found. And Jimmy Apple said on running his newspaper route that he saw that location. It's kind of, I think, on the outskirts of Schulenburg over there. I'm not exactly sure.
It looks like
where
just
it's
a
at.
complete cement building, huh?
Yeah, it nearly looks like a fort, but it was right at Praha.
In the big town of Praha.
The big town of Praha. But yeah, it was kind of a scoop for us because I had just received that press release and right before we went to press and was able to get it in Moulton, and it may pop up in some of the other papers next week. And then we have Henry Joe Yashik. You want to talk about him a little bit?
Of course, I do. Henry talks about the 84th anniversary of the 1940 flood. Now, I don't want to call Henry out, but that would have made him 2 years old. Mm-hmm. So he has a great memory for it, too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he writes a great historical account of that flood.
And we have my column in here about the Great Elephant Stampede. Unfortunately, that column didn't get in any of the papers except for Moulton. So
nepotism.
If you don't have, you don't want to talk about that. If you don't have a Moulton paper and you want to see a print copy, go pick it up. We'll be proud to have you spend your dollar on the Moulton Eagle.
And if not, you may find it in the Housel paper next week.
But it's a great story, folks. I put it online and put it on our website, LavacaCountyToday.com. And it's a pretty neat story. I thought it was anyway. But the circus was based in Gonzales, Texas, and that was back in the 40s. So if you want to read up on it, it's there for you to see. Go ahead, Michelle. There's your scam.
There's my scam again. Murray did a great job getting that in. The cheerleaders are gearing up for their next year, and some Cats hardballers got district awards, so congrats to all of them.
And thanks to Mark Luby for sharing that story with us.
It looks like, is that the confirmation kids maybe got Bibles from the Catholic daughters?
Right. We have several pictures of them in there, scholarships and what have you.
And
who are the kids that got this one? I think there's one more down there.
This one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so Zane Barta, son of Geraldine and Troy Barta of Moulton, received a $500 local CDA scholarship. And then another CDA scholarship went to Jody Robbie, who is the son of Janet and Jerome Robbie Jr.
We have a photography tip. You want to read that?
Sure. Photo tips from an old photographer. That would be Murray Montgomery. Never pose your subject with a bright light source behind them. It confuses the meter on the camera, and your subject will be
underexposed and too dark.
And so, an example of that may be found in this
Yeah,
week's
we have an example. We won't say which one it was because
try to find it.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Search
you
and
won't
find.
have any trouble finding it. But anyway, that's a good tip. I'll tell you, we find that we get a lot of pictures submitted to our papers, and people, they take their phone or camera, and you really don't, unless you really studied photography and what have you, you don't think about it. So what happens basically is when you put your subject in front of a bright light or a sunlight or whatever, then that camera is trying to read the light for the entire scene, and usually it'll wind up going to the brightness and shutting it down, and when they shut it down, it shuts down your subject.
You basically become a shadow.
All you got to do is turn them around, have them face the bright light, and you get with it behind you.
And if you take enough, you can probably change their eyes and not have someone squinting.
Exactly.
Tips from the photographers.
Yeah.
Murray and I spend a lot of time fixing photos.
Yes, we do. We sure do. And we got your story, or Jimmy Apple's story. I gave Jimmy credit for that story. Yeah.
I didn't know which man was which when I found the picture. I guess I should have asked you. Or maybe Murray should have shared it through the wall.
All you had to do was go through to the website, and you would have found it.
I guess so, but I didn't. But Mary, your name is Very nice. Murray could have just knocked on the wall and said, hey, I know which guy is which.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's that.
That's basically it. I've got a story in there about the molten World War II observation tower.
Which is always a good one. You did it last year, didn't you? Or some tower?
It's been a few years ago, I think. But anyway.
Oh, I guess we're going to Luling. Sorry, Nicole. It's the new Buc-ee's.
We're going to Luling and our guest next week, Nicole Smith.
Now, here's a little funny thing. I talked to Nicole on Monday when this grand opening occurred, and she said everyone was there. And I had thought, not everyone, because here I am sitting in Hallettsville. But she did make the joke, well, that maybe I could have been there and she wouldn't have known because we haven't seen each other. Now, Nicole and I are Facebook friends, so we got a little bit of knowledge of what each other looks like. But we have not met face to face, but we look forward to it. And we saw her on Zoom one time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but of course it was in the phone, so we wasn't able to.
And Henry was very confused how she was in there.
Yeah. Henry was wondering how somebody got inside that phone. But he figured it out. He's a sharp little fella.
That's right. The world's biggest, God, I'm having trouble today. Buc-ee's now calls Luling home. So if you haven't been there yet, I'm sure it's absolutely wonderful. I'm also sure that it's absolutely busy. The governor made it.
Yeah.
Wonder, do you think he got a barbecue sandwich? I bet so.
I bet he did. I bet he got a real nice barbecue sandwich. You know that the co-founder of Buc-ee's, even the one that his nickname was Bucky, he actually lives just a few doors down from my cousin in Lake Jackson, Texas. And first thing they said he did when he moved in there was build himself a landing strip. So that's a little insight, little personal insight.
Personal. And Mayor C.J. Watt said we had the very first Buc-ee's Travel Center here in Luling in 2003, I'm sorry. And then they stood there that day to open the world's largest Buc-ee's Travel Center. So here's where the legend of Buc-ee's began.
I'll tell you what, if that Buc-ee's is bigger than the one like down in Katy and some others I've seen, that's a monster.
Have you ever been through a Buc-ee's car wash? Buc-ee appears.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
amazing.
think about that.
It's amazing. You should do it.
I've been hanging around Yashik too long.
You forget things, huh? It happens. Bobby wrote an article, or brought in an article, I should say, about that the Aggies won't bring back the bonfire. So the reason this is even coming to light is because the University of Texas has now joined the SEC. So it's been like 20 years, right, Murray, since UT and A&M have had their rivalry game in football, and it's coming back. And with that also was, for many years, the conjunction of the bonfire.
Yeah.
And they're not bringing it back.
Well, that bonfire, the last one, was a sad ending because
very sad,
some
yes.
kids died that day in that fire. So it's I'm glad that they're going to be playing one another again, but no, we don't need the bonfire because that brings up some bad memories for some folks. Yeah, I don't know about that, but anyway, let's move on over to sports. What you got?
So summer camps are all in full swing. And look at that picture by Nicole. Man.
Yeah, she does a good job. You know, she went to our hosting site for Spreaker, where our podcast is hosted.
How do you know?
And because I get a notice, because it's...
Nothing. Keep going.
Oh, anyway, Nicole sent a message to the host thanking us for complimenting her picture. And I told her, well deserved, Nicole. So...
And it is.
It really is. It's some great work.
We love you, and we love your work. And we're almost done. There's a new kid on the block. Looks like someone bringing it back bakery style. Snooze-worthy. No, swoon-worthy. Sourdough Artesian Bakery. Okay, well maybe Nicole can bring you some barbecue, but I want snooze-worthy.
All right.
Sourdough.
Well, Nicole, you'll have to forgive us. This is our first day, actually, to get a chance to read through these newspapers. So if we make a little mistake, well, please forgive us. And one other thing, too, Nicole, I wanted to tell you that, you know, if you want to bring a sample of some barbecue, that'd be great, but you don't have to. But remember, if you do, that Michelle's paying for all of it. So
That's right.
You'll be reimbursed.
And I like the sauce a lot.
Yeah, so I think her limit was $100.
Just 100, yeah. Don't go 101 or you'll owe that $1.
There you go. But anyway, we are looking forward to that. So you folks need to listen up next week, and you'll get to hear from the person that puts the Luling Newsboy together, right?
Whoop whoop.
Well, have you got anything you want to say before we end this? Or
Nope.
I know you had an adventure. You know,
What?
did you say anything about the big event going on in Shiner at the brewery? Or did I miss?
didn't.
Did I miss it?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I
you
guess
need
I
to
should
bring
say
that-
it because we're just struggling here at the paper sometimes in our morning meetings to figure out who's covering what and what's going on. And, you know, there's some boring stuff we have to cover, but there's also exciting stuff. And a new brewmaster was selected, and it is Greg Hebner. Greg is the son of John Hebner, who was the brewmaster before Mr. Jimmy Mark, who is celebrating his retirement at the
right.
Shiner Summerfest this weekend. I think they're toasting Jimmy around 2 p.m., so if you can get out there. Jimmy's tenure at the brewery, not as brewmaster, but overall tenure, spanned over 45 years. So what a great career, what a great guy. If you don't remember, I did work at the brewery for a while, and it was mighty fun, and I definitely enjoyed working for Jimmy and with Jimmy. And I also enjoyed working with Greg, and I know that his family has to be very excited for him to continue on that legacy. He was the assistant brewmaster, so he's stepping into the brewmaster position. I know he will do a great job, but like I said, there's a lot of history. His dad went to brewmaster school for that job, so, you know, I don't know his tenure as brewmaster, but it was a long time, and he's the one that helped start bringing in the new beers.
I see.
So,
Well, that event that is going to take place the 15th,
correct.
is that a Saturday or a Sunday? Or
This
what?
Saturday.
And it looks like they're going to have some entertainment, huh?
Yeah, we're going to have lots of music. Gates open at 10:30, and then there's going to be 2 stages of music. So if you look at their ad, which we thank them for placing in our newspaper,
Exactly.
it'll tell you which stage everyone is on.
Okay, well, what have you got planned for the weekend?
My daughter is playing All-Stars, so I'm going to be in Cuero for most of the weekend, hopefully watching her win, her and her team.
Will her picture be in the paper, or do you...
If I get my way, yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Is that all you got going on?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, I think
Is that not enough?
No, we...
Oh, wait, I have the Juneteenth parade in Shiner.
Oh, okay.
So...
You're going to take some pictures there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Because I'm amazing like Nicole. Not
Oh,
quite
yes.
Nicole, sorry.
Well, all right. You going to say goodbye, or no?
Okay. Goodbye, everyone. I hope everyone has a great weekend. There are some Juneteenth celebrations starting. Have a great weekend, and hope you continue to enjoy your summer. Have fun, guys.
All right. And I'm going to just say we do appreciate you listening. We do appreciate all our advertisers, and we hope you'll share this podcast and get out and watch some ball, watch some little kids, watch the Little League, and get involved with them, because those kids one day they'll be playing college ball, we hope, and we look forward to them having a great career in whatever they do. But anyway, thanks for listening, friends, and we'll see you next week.
With Nicole.
Yes, sir. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.